Hi, this is Darren Steinle. I'm the Director of Field Service for the Northern Lights Council, and I'm glad you stopped by the home base camp to learn some scout skills. Now, if you're looking to learn some different knots, I would point you to some of the other videos that we have on the website. You can learn things like the square knot, clove hitch, bowline, all those types of things. What I'm going to show you today is a little step beyond that. Give you a little some fun to do with rope and kind of amaze your friends. So the first one that I'm going to show you, and basically just have a chunk of rope. I'm going to show you how to tie the figure-8 knot or a stopper knot, which is used at the ends of rope for different things. Now, the main way that you do this, and I'll step in a little bit closer, is you start off with a loop like this. You kind of reach in and you make 2 twists, and then your standing end goes through the loop. Okay, and so you get a figure-8 knot or a stopper knot that looks like that, goes on the end of your rope. Okay, now what I'm going to show you how to do this a little bit fancier or with a little bit of magic. So I'm going to hold my rope out here in my left hand, and I'm going to spin the rope around and make a loop, and then I'm going to toss this end through that loop. Okay, and now I have my figure-8 knot. Okay, I'll do that one more time for you. So we hold it out here, we're going to make a loop, toss it through the middle, figure-8 knot goes right on there, just like that. Kind of cool. With the same piece of rope, you're sitting around a campfire and you can joke with your scout friends, hey, you know what? I can make this piece of rope look like it's a bird flying through the air. Well, here's how it looks. Okay, so imagine a big bird like maybe a crane or something that has really big wings and they're flapping its wings. Okay, so what you do is you get one piece of rope going one way, you get the other end going the other way, and voila, you have a bird flying through the air. Now some of the older people might say, oh, that looks like those clacker things. Well, they're not hitting each other and bouncing. One is going one direction, the other is going the opposite direction. So here's how you do that one. This one takes a little bit of coordination. What you want to do is you want to start off finding the middle of your rope, just like this, and we're going to hold it in our hand like this. So there's a top and a bottom, not sideways like this, but this way. So there's a top rope and a bottom rope. Okay, the top rope I'm going to put in my left hand and hold it straight out. And with my other hand, I'm going to spin this one so it's counterclockwise. Now here's where the coordination comes in. You have to hold your hand, and the movements is up and down, straight up and down while you're making the rope spin. Most people will start going like this, and what ends up happening is your ropes end up looking like that. Not very impressive. So the key thing here is your hand has to go straight up and down. So holding the top rope in our left hand, the bottom rope, I'm going to spin that one. When I'm looking at it, it's going to be counterclockwise. You're looking at it going clockwise. Okay? And then once I have my rhythm down, my hand is going straight up and down, then I toss the other rope straight up in the air and keep my hand moving. Okay, this hand cannot stop, because as soon as it slows down, as soon as it stops, your ropes will get out of whack. Okay, so that's the flying bird trick using a piece of rope. Okay, another one that you can do with this rope too is, everybody probably knows how to do an overhand knot or a granny knot. It's just simple like that. It's the start of a square knot. Okay, the one thing when you're tying a knot like that is you end up having to let go of the rope. Okay, when this crosses over, you have to reach underneath and grab it and pull it. Okay, I'm going to show you real quick one way how to do this without letting go of the rope. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, in my right hand, I'm going to put that on my forearm, pull it down a little bit, and I'm going to go in front of this one, and then come up this way, and in back of the middle rope, and then I'm going to pull it sideways like this, and then all I do is just go whoop, like that, and there I've got the knot right in the middle. Okay, now that one I'm not going to tell you how to do that one, because magicians don't give away all their secrets. So I already showed you how to do the figure-8 knot. Now I'm going to show you how to use these pieces of rope to expand on the clove hitch. Now, clove hitch, the way that I learned how to do this is you make one loop like this with the long end of the rope is on top, and you make another loop exactly the same, okay? So it looks like a pair of eyeglasses, and then the right one goes underneath and behind the left one. And then you would put your stick or pole or whatever you have in there, and this is the start of your clove hitch, okay? And this is used for pioneering and tying up your boat, whatever. Very easy to untie, you just pull it straight up and it comes apart. Okay, now what I'm going to show you is how to make a lot of knots. You can amaze your friends by just expanding on the clove hitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with our clove hitch. So right there I've got those two loops, I put this one behind. Now if I stop right there and put my thumb in there and pull it tight, it'd be a clove hitch. What I'm going to do is keep adding loops and putting it behind the last one. Keep adding a loop, put it behind the last one. Okay. Now when I have them all together, what I'm going to do is you see there's a hole in the middle, and I'm going to take this short little end and I'm going to put it through the hole, and I'm going to grab it coming out the other side. Now if you kind of hold your rope so they don't get all mangled up, you can pull it through and all of a sudden you get a whole bunch of overhand knots. Okay. Now that didn't look too impressive because I did it really slow for you, but when you do it a little bit faster or with some flair, going like this, making our loops, okay, and then I'm going to pull the rope through, boom, I got the knots on there. Okay. Now one other way that we can do this one is you can actually do it one-handed. And a one-handed lots of knots, we make the loops a little bit bigger so it's easier to slide off my hand. Then I'm going to put my hand through the middle like this, and with my index finger and my middle finger I'm going to pinch those together and hold the little short end, and then I'm just basically going to throw it off, and now I've got the 3 knots that magically jumped on that rope. Okay? And so now you've learned how to do the figure 8. You've learned how to make the flying bird and lots of knots. And the last one I'm going to show you is called threading the needle. So in Scouts we earn all these patches, you have to learn how to sew. Hardest part is learning how to thread a needle. So imagine if this is the eye of my needle, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this thread and I'm going to thread it through the eye of the needle as fast as I can, okay? So I'm pretty good at this. Now the one thing is, an eye of a needle is not that big, okay? It's much smaller. So we're going to make it a little bit smaller, okay? And now, watch real close. I'm going to line it up, boom, there it goes right through there, okay? Make it even a little trickier, I'm going to put that figure 8 knot on here. Got our figure 8 knot on the end of this rope. Going to make my eye of my needle as small as I possibly can. I'm going to get close to this so you can see it. Okay, right there, eye of the needle. And now I've got my rope with the knot on it, and I'm going to thread it right through. Okay? So, you know, I learned a lot of knots when I was growing up in Scouts, and then sitting around the campfire, there were some people that would teach me some rope tricks, and I thought they were kind of fun. And so I picked some up either through the Cub Scout magic book or some other books that you can get at your library. And when you're sitting around a campfire, you can share these with your Scout friends, and they'll be amazed. Maybe not really totally amazed, but you know, isn't it kind of cool to make a piece of rope look like a bird flying through the air? All right, anyway, it's not everything, it's not something that everybody can do, so you'd have a skill that you could beat everybody else with. So thank you for visiting the home base camp. Make sure to check out some of the other videos on here and some of the challenges. And if you do 3, now you've already watched this video, so that's 1. If you do 2 more activities, let us know and we'll send you a home base camp patch for doing some scouting at home. Thank you very much.
Howdy,
have
partner.
a good afternoon.
It's time to saddle up and head to the Wild Wild West for Cub Adventure Camp. Y'all cowboys and cowgirls will get to participate in BB guns, archery, swimming, canoeing, games, crafts, and so much more. And make sure to bring your favorite Wild West costume and participate in the Old West games at the Raging Rodeo Roundup and the Chuck Wagon Dinner. Check out our website, nlcbsa.org/resident camp for more information and to sign up. With sessions at Hart Butte Scout Reservation and Butler Wilderness Outpost, you're sure to find a date and location close to you. This is one rodeo you won't want to miss.